All right, this is a recording to help you if you are a struggling reader or if you just love the sound of my voice, which I'm sure is everybody. This is a reading help for Chapter 2, Section 2, starting on page 14. Who are America's citizens? Path to citizenship. Main idea, page 15. In the United States, there are two ways to become a citizen, by birth and by a process called naturalization. You learn that citizens are community members who owe loyalty to the government and are entitled to protection from it. Every country has rules about how people gain citizenship. The U.S. Constitution establishes two ways to become a citizen, by birth and, for foreign-born people who choose to become citizens, by a legal process called naturalization. Citizens by birth. If you're born in any of the 50 states or the District of Columbia, you automatically became an American citizen at birth. The same is true if you were born outside the country but in American territories such as Puerto Rico or Guam or on a U.S. military base overseas. Even if you were born elsewhere, you could still claim American citizenship if your parents are both citizens or if one is a citizen who has lived in the United States. Children born on American soil to non-U.S. citizens also acquire U.S. citizenship at birth. Americans may hold dual citizenship. It means that they enjoy rights in the United States and in another country. For example, a child born abroad to American parents may be both a U.S. citizen and a citizen of the country of his or her birth. Page 16. The naturalization process. Several million non-citizens or aliens live in the United States. Some come to study, to work, or to visit relatives. They remain citizens of their own countries and eventually return home. Other aliens plan to settle here and become naturalized citizens. More than 500,000 immigrants, people who move permanently to a new country, gain American citizenship each year, beginning the process. Aliens who want to become United States citizens must first sign a statement saying just that. This declaration of intention is then filed with the U.S. Citizenship and Immigration Services, USCIS, an agency of the national government. For most aliens, the next step comes after living in the United States at least 5 years. Aliens who are married to citizens wait only 3 years. During this time, many immigrants take special classes to prepare for citizenship. Then, if they are at least 18 years old and have lived for at least 3 months in the state where they seek naturalization, they may file an application for citizenship. Interview and examination. After the paperwork is checked, the alien has an interview with a USCIS official. Agency officials want to be sure that the alien meets the necessary requirements and is of good moral character. The applicant must also take a citizenship exam that consists of questions about reading, writing, and speaking English and basic facts about the history and government of the United States. Afterward, the USCIS makes its decision. Oath of allegiance. If the application is granted, the final step in naturalization is attending a ceremony and pledging an oath of allegiance. The alien swears to be loyal to this country above all others, to obey the Constitution and other laws, and to perform military or other duties if needed. Then the person signs a document and is declared a citizen of the United States. If he or she has children under 18, they automatically become naturalized citizens too. Native Americans. For a long time, most of the Native Americans were excluded from citizenship. A few groups became citizens through treaties with the federal government. Later, Congress offered citizenship to individual Native Americans who gave up their traditional culture. Not until 1924 did Congress make all Native American citizens of the United States. A lifelong privilege. Page 17. Whether they are naturalized or native-born, most Americans keep their citizenship forever. Only the federal government can both grant citizenship and take it away. State governments can deny or refuse a convicted criminal some of the privileges of citizenship, such as voting, but they do not have the power to deny citizenship itself. The government may strip naturalized citizens of citizenship if it was improperly obtained or gained. Citizens can lose citizenship in 3 ways: through denaturalization, through expatriation or by being convicted of certain crimes. Native-born U.S. citizens can lose citizenship only through their own actions and cannot be denaturalized. Denaturalization. The loss of citizenship through fraud or deception during the naturalization process is called denaturalization. For example, former Nazis who engaged in war crimes during World War II and later lied about their wartime activities were denaturalized after they entered the United States or when they applied for citizenship. Expatriation. The simplest way to lose citizenship is through expatriation, or giving up one's citizenship by leaving one's native country to live in a foreign country. Expatriation may be voluntary or involuntary. For example, a person who becomes a naturalized citizen of another country automatically loses his or her American citizenship. Involuntary expatriation would occur in the case of a child whose parents become citizens of another country. Punishment for a crime. A person may lose citizenship when convicted of certain federal crimes that involve extreme disloyalty. These crimes include treason, participation in a rebellion, and attempts to overthrow the government through violent means. Page 18. Aliens in America. Main idea. Even though the United States controls the admission of aliens to this country, each year millions of people enter America illegally. The United States restricts the number of immigrants who can enter the country. Millions apply, but only about 1 million are admitted each year. Traditionally, the relatives of U.S. citizens and people with needed job skills receive the highest priority, or first consideration. Family members still get special consideration. But because of the Immigration Act of 1990, emphasis has shifted toward welcoming those who want to work and produce and contribute, as one member of Congress put it. The new policy benefits people with particular skills, talents, or the money to invest in our economy. Illegal aliens. Despite immigration limits, more than 12 million aliens are living in the United States illegally. Some were refused permission to immigrate. Others never applied for permission because they feared a long, slow process or being turned down. Illegal aliens come to the United States in a variety of ways. A few enter the country as temporary visitors but never leave. Others risk arrest by illegally crossing our borders with Mexico and Canada. Other illegal aliens were foreigners who have stayed in the United States after their legal permits expired. Whatever the method, the reason is usually the same. I came for work and for a better life, explained one Mexican immigrant. Yet illegal aliens often have a difficult time in the United States. Many have no friends or family here. Page 19. No place to live and no sure way to earn money. It is against the law to hire illegal aliens, and those who do not find work usually receive little pay and no benefits. Every day they live with the fear that government officials will discover and deport them, send them back to their own countries. The United States Border Patrol is a law enforcement unit of the USCIS. Its primary responsibility is to detect and prevent the illegal entry of aliens into the United States. The Border Patrol guards the 6,000 miles of Mexican and Canadian international land borders and 2,000 miles of coastal waters surrounding the Florida Peninsula and the islands of Puerto Rico. Legal aliens. United States law classifies aliens into different categories. A resident alien is a person from a foreign country who has established permanent residence in the United States. Resident aliens may stay in the United States as long as they wish without becoming American citizens. A non-resident alien is a person from a country who expects to stay in the United States for a short, specified period. A Turkish journalist who has come to report on a presidential election is an example of a non-resident alien. Refugees are another category. Refugees are people fleeing their country to escape persecution. Aliens who have entered the United States legally lead lives much like those of American citizens. Aliens may hold jobs, own property, attend public schools, and receive other government services. They pay taxes and are entitled to legal protection. Aliens do not have full political rights, however. They may not vote in elections or run for office. They may not serve on juries or work in most government jobs. In addition, unlike U.S. citizens, aliens must carry identification cards at all times.